Welcome back, everyone. In this episode, we continue our reading here in Jamaica, where I live. That's the title of the storybook we're reading from today. And we're looking at Do Not Play in the River Today. Now, Jamaica is the land of wood and water, and there are many rivers across Jamaica. Let's see what will happen. And just looking at this picture here, we can see what appears to be maybe a mom talking to a little boy. We can see these boys here, one with a bat and ball. So I guess based on the title, maybe these boys want to go near to the river or go to the river to play. Maybe he's being warned, right? Usually when mothers are pointing like this, somebody's getting a warning. So let's see. It was holiday time for Ben and his friends. Well, maybe this is Ben and these are the friends. "This is a beautiful day," said Ben. "We must go and play." Ben went to his mother and said, "Mother, can I go with Roy and Sam to the river? We want to swim and play." So I guess these are his friends, Roy and Sam. Mother said, "You can go and play, but you must not play in the river today. You can do many other things. You can play on the hill. You can go to Uncle G and pick mangoes off his tree." Well, I guess this is the hill that they're talking about that they can play on. Okay. Now, in social studies, we have a way of describing a hill. Anybody remembers that? Think about it. How do we describe a hill? Is it a low, flat area of land? Or is it something else? Let's go on. "Yes, mother," said Ben. "We will play on the hill. We will play bat and ball and then go to Uncle G and pick mangoes off his tree." Ben's mother said, "You can do all these things, but do not play in the river today." Ben and his friends ran off to play. They ran up and down the green hill. Then they ran to the field. At the field, they played bat and ball. So here they are, running up and down this hill. Here one has the bat, okay? "I'm hungry," said Ben. "Let's go to Uncle G and pick mangoes off his trees." The boys had to pass by the river before they came to the mango tree. Sam said, "Let's play and swim in the river." "We can catch fish too," said Roy. Ben did not know what to say. His mother had told him they must not play in the river today. So Ben said, "My mother told me not to swim and play in the river today." "She will not know," Sam said. "Your mother is afraid of the river. We are not afraid. Don't be like a little girl, Ben," Roy said. So here we have the boys. Here's a picture with the boys. So they're discussing whether or not they should go to the river. "Okay," said Ben. "We will take a little swim. We'll catch a little fish. Then we can go to Uncle G and pick mangoes off the tree." The three boys took off their clothes. They ran and jumped into the river. Splash, splash, splash. So here the boys, one still taking off his clothes. One is in there already. Here's another one going in afterwards. I wonder how we would describe this, as obedient or disobedient. Remember now that there are always what? Consequences for our actions. Let's see what will happen. Roy said, "See what I told you, Ben? This is so much fun in the hot sun." The boys talked and laughed. They splashed in the cool water. They climbed up the waterfall and jumped down into the water. Then they went back onto the bank of the river and looked down. Look, said Sam. There's a little fish. Let's catch it. So they went into the water. Splash, splash, splash. So here we have the picture again now. Boys, I guess this is the waterfall because here's the water coming over. Boys are climbing up, and here is Sam pointing at the little fish. Let's see. Ben began to swim after the fish. The fish went far into the water. Ben went too far. His foot could not touch the bottom of the river. He tried to swim, but the river was too fast. Help! Help! Cried Ben. The river is carrying me away. Ben began to cry. He thought he would die. Roy and Sam could not help Ben. Ben was too far out in the river. They were afraid. We can see Ben being carried away by the river. See one of them holding the head here. Oh, what shall we do? Roy said. Ben will die. Run, Roy, run, said Sam. Go and call Ben's mother. I will stay here with him. Roy ran to Ben's mother. Ben and I went to the river to play, he said. Ben must get help right away. Ben's mother said, why didn't you obey me? I said you should not play in the river today. Run and call Mr. Dan next door. Roy ran and called Mr. Dan. They all ran to the river to help Ben. Mr. Dan took a piece of rope. At the river they saw Ben, who was clinging to a rock. When he saw his mother, he began to cry. Oh, mother, I do not want to die. Mr. Dan said, Ben, do not cry. You will not die. Hold on to this rope. We will help you out of the river. So here is poor mother here with her hands on her head. You know, when stress takes parents, they hold up their head. Here is Mr. Dan with the rope, and the friends now are, trying to get to where he's at. And here he is clinging, Ben clinging onto that piece of rock. Ben held on to the rope and Mr. Dan pulled him out of the river. See? His mother said, you did not obey me. I told you not to go to the river today. Ben held down his head and said, I didn't obey you, mother, and I will not do it again. So let's go back. Here we have Ben. He was holding on to this stone, clinging to this stone. We have Mr. Dan who had to climb the tree here near, and he would have given him the rope to help to pull him out. We have the children here going for help. Poor mommy with her hand on her head. Can you imagine what is going through her mind now? The one boy I got dead off, right? And this poor friend here, so running with all his might, and he's so brief, so brief, right? Here we have the friends, total fright, seeing the friend being washed away, Ben being washed away, and they are there, half naked, can do nothing to help him. So, what did we get from our story? How important is it to be obedient? Now, in the description box, you will find a quiz. And in this quiz, I want you to name some of the rivers in Jamaica and the parishes in which they can be found. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you in our next episode when we will continue with our stories from the book In Jamaica Where I Live.